Creator economy is growing by the day. The pandemic really skyrocketed and caused a lot of people who either quit their job or their jobs got rid of them and they are in the house quarantined, and they got a piece of chicken in one hand and ice cream in the next, and they're trying to figure out how to build a business online. And so they have at their fingertips their phone, and they have Google, and they have YouTube, and they're trying to figure out how to make money from online, how to make money from the internet. And so the quarantine time allowed them to really look into that thing and really allowed them to create a business using online platforms, creating digital courses and building out their idea through the course and things of that nature, and have people buying into their course, buying their course, and them selling their course at a premium. During that time, it really skyrocketed and generated and caused a lot of people to become multimillionaires. I wouldn't say overnight, but at a short period of time. Yo, grace and peace, grace and peace. Welcome back to another episode of the Legacy Inspired Podcast, where I'm your boy, I'm your guy, I'm your cousin, I'm your friend, I'm your host, Randy Owens. Listen, today we're going to tackling another subject matter. On the last episode, we covered e-learning and what that entailed and what that was all about, right? Today's episode is going to be almost like a part two of that, right? And we definitely want to take a little deep dive in this e-learning course, e-learning space thing, and really get some understanding. I'm also going to leave with you, so make sure you stay to the end. I want to leave a few nuggets that I think would be beneficial of what I've learned and what I am learning. I think it'll be beneficial to you. I'm going to be giving you at least about 5 key takeaways that I think you can write down. So if you are a note taker, make sure you get your pen and pad out and write these 5 things down that I'm going to be sharing with you in the next few fleeting moments. And so without further ado, today's episode, we're going to be talking about digital entrepreneurship versus entrepreneurship. And so what if I told you that entrepreneurship as we know is changing before our very eyes? Did you know that entrepreneurship has gone digital? Did you know that entrepreneurship as we know today is changing, is different now? We're in 2023. And so entrepreneurship as we know now is changing drastically. And I am a believer of entrepreneurship. And like I said on the episode before, on the first episode, I am a 9-to-5 worker, and I'm trying to figure this thing out just like you. Trying to figure this thing out just like you. I'm on the same journey. Like I said before, this podcast is for new entrepreneurs. So if you are a new entrepreneur, listen, I understand. I understand you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to work things out. You're trying to piece your funds together. You're trying to figure this, see if the thing can work out for you. You are fed up at your job and you just want to make a better living for yourself. There's nothing wrong with your job, and I just want to encourage your mindset just a little bit. Look at it from this perspective. I know you hate your job. I know you dislike your job, and I am a 9-to-5 worker. Trust me, I understand the feeling. But if you can really change your mindset or adopt this mindset, I know your job hired you, but what if I told you that you can hire your job to fund your dream? Just that switch can really change the dynamic and change the vantage point of how you treat your job. And if you are one that is trying to monetize online or monetize your idea, try to build a business using your expertise, this e-learning industry is a prime opportunity for you. And so there is a difference between digital entrepreneurship and traditional entrepreneurship. They both play the role of entrepreneurship, but one has a very traditional approach, whereas the digital entrepreneurship, which really came about within the last, I want to say 10 years or so. And you know what? It became popular within the last 10 years. It's more accessible now than ever. Everybody is building something online, whether it's e-commerce, whether you're selling something online, or whether you're selling a physical product or a health and wellness product or some sort. Maybe you make clothes or make shirts, make some type of paraphernalia, if you will. There are a lot of people that are utilizing the internet as an accelerant to build their idea and getting their idea or marketing their idea out to the masses. And so there's beauty here, and I really want you to hear what I'm saying and really understand what I'm saying. Because again, like I said in the previous episode, the e-learning space is skyrocketing by 2025, $325 billion. I didn't say that. Forbes said it. Forbes said it. They are the expert. They said 325 billion dollars. And that is your opportunity. That is my opportunity. That is our opportunity to take a piece of that pie. What if you just had a slither of that pie? A 0.5%, 1%, if you will. How would that change the dynamic of your living? How would that change the position of your family? What would that income look like in addition to your job income? By just monetizing your idea, by building an online course. That's what we talked about in the last episode, building an online course and how you can utilize online curriculum by building it out and selling it online at a premium. That is the beauty of this industry, and I really want you to hear me clearly and hear me closely. That 2023 is going to be massive for the online creator. They call it the online, or they call it the creator economy, those that are building their business online. So what Google said, just in case this whole digital entrepreneur is going over your head, let's go to Google. I'm not going to be deep about it. Let's go to Google. A digital entrepreneur pursues a business venture that's built exclusively on a digital platform. Digital entrepreneurs rely on web-based tools and information to build and grow online businesses. Digital entrepreneurs differ from other entrepreneurs, mainly in the way they display goods and services and the level of the financial risk involved. Although these folk might use online sources to promote their goods and services, they don't, I'm just reading my notes, they don't rely on that medium. And physical resources can often be more expensive than digital ones. So it depends on which route you want to go. But the digital entrepreneur refers to starting and running a business that is primarily online. The digital online entrepreneur, they just run their business online. That's their real estate. They have digital real estate versus the entrepreneur. The traditional entrepreneur has a physical real estate. Maybe it's a brick and mortar. They have some type of real estate. They have some type of building where they're selling goods and services out of this building to their customer base. The digital entrepreneur that uses the internet as a primary medium for reaching and interacting with customers versus the traditional entrepreneur, they rely on physical interaction, person to person, body to body conversation. But the great thing about the digital entrepreneur, their their ability to reach a vast, more bigger audience is greater than the traditional entrepreneur. Not knocking the regular, not regular, but the traditional entrepreneur. Not knocking it, but and where this wave is going, the digital entrepreneur, in my opinion, and you can differ, you can argue, you can disagree, but I have to share uh, my perspective. The digital entrepreneur's ability to reach a bigger audience is more vast than the traditional entrepreneur. Why? Because the digital entrepreneur has multiple platforms that they can use to reach and to really add fire to their business. They have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have TikTok. TikTok is booming. They have LinkedIn. They have all of these. You can even blog, if you will. You have YouTube, where you're watching me from, and even podcasts. You can use podcasts to sell your product. You can create content, create valuable content, and use what is called a CTA, a call to action, at the end of your podcast or at the end of your YouTube video, where you can have somebody to sign up for a course or sign up for an email list, and you can communicate with them and follow up with them and put them on that sequence. I think there was one entrepreneur that put their audience, whoever opts into their funnel, if you will. And I'm going to be talking about funnel, even if that goes over your head. I'm going to be talking about funnels, not on this episode so much, but on another episode in the future. So stay tuned for that. But there is ways where you can communicate with people. So it's different from body to body, in-person communication. Only thing that different is that the digital entrepreneur use email to communicate with their audience or with their client. They have video. They have video, webinars, and things of that nature. So there is a big difference between the online and offline approach to entrepreneurship. Both work, but I just believe that the digital entrepreneur has a better opportunity of reaching a vast audience versus the traditional entrepreneur. And so there are many reasons that people are deciding to take their business online. And I just want to leave you with five before I let you go. I want to leave you with these five key points. That these are the reasons that I found out of why people are taking their business online. The creator economy is growing by the day. The pandemic really skyrocketed and caused a lot of people who either quit their job or their jobs got rid of them, and they are in the house quarantined, and they got a piece of chicken in one hand and ice cream in the next, and they're trying to figure out how to build a business online. And so they have at their fingertips their phone, and they have Google, and they have YouTube, and they're trying to figure out how to make money from online, how to make money from the internet. And so the quarantine time allowed them to really look into that thing, and really allowed them to create a business using online platforms, creating digital courses and things of that nature, and building out their idea through the course and things of that nature, and had people buying into their course, buying their course and them selling their course at a premium. And so that during that time, it really skyrocketed and generated and caused a lot of people to become multimillionaires. Um, I wouldn't say overnight, but at a short period of time because of the reach, because of how fast it is to reach somebody online through an Instagram post, through a TikTok reel, through a LinkedIn video, or however. I'm not too familiar with LinkedIn, but a lot of entrepreneurs are using LinkedIn to grow their business. LinkedIn is just not a job search based platform. A lot of entrepreneurs, digital creators are utilizing LinkedIn to build their business as well. So without further ado, uh, number one, when it comes to reasons why people are taking their business online, uh, it increased reach, right? It increases the reach. An online business can be accessed by anyone with an internet connection. If you have Wi-Fi, there you go. Which means it has the potential to reach a much larger audience. I just said this. Than physical storefront or brick and mortar. Number two, lower overhead costs. When you have a brick and mortar, you have a lot of overhead costs and things of that nature. An online business typically has lower overhead costs than a traditional brick and mortar business, as it doesn't require physical storefront, utilities, and other expenses. Number three, ease of starting. It's often easier to start an online business than a traditional business, as there are fewer upfront costs and less things to deal with. Number four, increased flexibility. An online business allows the owner to work from anywhere. You can be on the beach, uh, allowing your feet to be digged into the sand, and you can work from anywhere as long as there's Wi-Fi available. And last but definitely not least, there's more, but I just want to touch on five. So five, the ability to track and analyze data. An online business can use tools like Google Analytics to track and analyze data about its customer and their behavior. This allows them to adjust their content or adjust what they're offering for the benefit of that audience based on their behavior. Because your audience will tell you, based on what I learned, your audience will tell you what they want. And it's best that you give them what they ask for. And so that is the beauty of this digital space versus the traditional space. And so I just wanted to touch bases on that and really tackle that and unpack that. Of course, there are so many nuances that I can touch on regarding this subject matter, but I just wanted to just deal with that because I didn't want to overwhelm you. But if you like this episode, if you are new to this podcast, listen, consider subscribing and hit the like button where I'm going to be dripping out more content just like this. All right. If you like this episode, you're going to love the next episode. On the next episode, we're going to be talking about this recession that people are talking about. They said we're going into a recession. And so I just want to talk about it. Can I just talk about it and just look into ways that we can maximize this recession? Because there's a lot of entrepreneurs, one percenters, that are making money during the recessions. And that's what I'm going to be tackling in the next episode. So consider subscribing and stay tuned for that next episode. Listen, I'm your host. I'm your boy. I'm your guy. Grace and peace. My name is Randy, and you've listened to another episode of the Legacy Inspired Podcast. See you on the next episode so we can dive into this recession thing. All right, grace and peace.